Hello, I'm Jasmine and I'm a final year vet student in the UK. This block I am starting my 2-week anaesthesia rotation, so on Sunday night I headed up to Potter's Bar to stay on campus ready for Monday morning. This was a very stressful week for me, so get ready to hear the real thoughts of a vet student on clinical rotation.
Good morning, it's 7:30 Monday morning and I'm just having some tea. I start at 8:30 today. We have an induction at 8:30 and I'm just reading this 30-page orientation document. I should have done it last night, but I was so tired after unpacking and cooking. I was meal prepping, so yeah.
After reading the induction and orientation document, I wrote down a little cheat sheet in my notebook with information such as how to do drug dose calculations. I was going to have some breakfast before going in, but I was actually really nervous about this rotation, so I wasn't really hungry. So I just had some tea, showered, and made my way to the hospital. Living on campus is great as it's literally only a 5-minute walk. Okay, so we've now chosen our cases and now we have to fill out this form, and it's just gonna have like the history, the protocol that we think is going to need, and then we have to meet with the resident and discuss if what we think is correct. So yeah, not really 100% sure because this is like the first day, first case. So yeah, it's am I allowed to say? Okay, I'm not gonna say specifics because I don't want to get in trouble. But yeah, my case basically starts at 10:45 and on the board it's saying it's finishing at 2:30. So it's a long surgical procedure and yeah, we'll just see how it goes today. After my case ended, I went back home to have some lunch. I'm so glad that I meal prepped on Sunday. I had meatballs and cauliflower rice with a pepperami stick. I didn't have any other cases for that day, which was great because I actually had to go to the shop. I forgot to bring paper towels, foil, oil, and washing up liquid. I then prepared some salad to have with my chicken for dinner.
I am so cold and I look like an egg right now, but I left my blow heater at home, so I've just ordered a new one from Argos and I can pick it up from 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. But I'm gonna have to pick it up afterwards because I have to go in at 8 AM tomorrow. Today was good up until the rounds, and now I have severe anxiety for the next week and next week because basically there's 12 of us, 12 students, and usually rounds is a place where you discuss your cases for the day and then maybe discuss cases that are for tomorrow. Not this time. This time, the leader of the rounds said that there's no point discussing cases because we're going to be discussing it with our resident like for the whole day, which is true. So she didn't want to go over that again. Instead, we're going to be picking up picking topics and talking about them, which again is fine, except for the fact that, for example, today she was like, okay, we're going to talk about analgesics, which are painkillers, like stop pain. And then she says, okay, I'm gonna go around. So remember, this is on Teams still, but she's like, she's gonna go around to everyone and we have to name a class of analgesics and talk about it. So literally on the spot. And because it's on Teams, she said she's just gonna ask whichever name comes up on her screen, and it's not in order, so you don't know when you're next. So she's going around. I'm trying to think of the drugs and stuff. I think of some. They're going around. Each one that I thought of keeps getting ticked off. Someone's talking about it. And even when you name it, which fine, I could name something, she's like, what's the mechanism? How does it work? I don't know that off the top of my head, like literally on the spot, especially if I'm trying to dig deep and think of maybe the sixth one. Actually, I wasn't even six, I was near, maybe I was like the eighth person to be called. So all the good ones have been taken, you know, the ones that you could just think of easily. So I'm just trying to dig deep, and just when I can think of one word that I can see at the back of my mind, I can't describe it or say anything in more detail about what I've just thought about. But when she got to my turn, I said, what did I say? I was like, actually first I started off saying, honestly, I cannot think of any other, but I'm going to say nitrous oxide. And she was like, yes, blah, blah, blah. And I didn't have to like go into so much detail about it. So now that today's over, I have to worry about tomorrow. And if tomorrow goes fine, I'm gonna have to worry about Wednesday. And it's just never ending until next Friday when we finish. So I'm really worried about that. Yeah, my head is so messy. So yeah, please let this week go quickly. And the worst thing about it is next week I'm on call for 3 days, I think. So when we finish at 5, I might have to go back in and do another case. Like that's what happened to the person that was on call today. We finished rounds and then they said, oh, there's a case, so yeah. Jeez Louise. Anyways, I've been talking forever. Let me try and stay on schedule.
After my mini breakdown, I spent the rest of the evening looking at the history for tomorrow's case. I did some research around the case and wrote down my proposed anaesthetic protocol. It is freezing. After my case for the day, I went to the shop to pick up my lovely blow heater. I then came back home just in time for rounds at 4 o'clock. This session was great as the rounds leader didn't call anyone out and I was able to happily contribute out of my own free will.
Okay, so I've just finished rounds and I want to go to the gym, but it's fully booked because you're only allowed, there's 6 slots each hour, and yeah, they're fully booked at the moment. So what I'm gonna do is go for a walk around campus because I see people running around here. Don't feel like running, so I'm just gonna go for a walk and listen to a podcast. The Diary of a CEO with Stephen Bartlett is a really good podcast. So I want to be back by 6:30 so that I can shower, eat, and have a little bit of a relaxation time, because at the moment I don't have a case, so I'm probably going to pick up a case tomorrow. That means that that means I don't have to prepare anything tonight, so I have a bit of free time, and in that free time, I was thinking about editing a video that I want for next week, but I'm gonna do that on the weekend. In my free time, I don't know what I'm gonna do. What would I do? Would I watch something? Would I go to sleep? Because I can literally go to sleep right now, I'm so tired. Anyways, let me go because I'm wasting time. Good morning. Don't mind my messy bed back there. Yeah. Yeah, so I just have my breakfast now. Because I'm already dressed, I didn't want to make egg because I didn't want to smell. I mean, I might still smell like mince, like food. Hopefully not, but yeah, it's 7:36 now and I'm all ready. Just need to pack my laptop and my notebook and I'm ready to go. So basically the board of cases were put up last night, and not last night, like just before rounds, so maybe at 10 to 4 yesterday, and still no one's chosen a case. And I think it's because there's 12 of us and there's only 2 cases. Actually, and then they updated it and there's now 4 cases and still no one's picked a case. So I think this is because everyone's hoping that someone else picks a case and then they don't have anything to do for the day. But me and my friend, we're just gonna go in this morning at 8 and see if there's any other cases, and then we're just going to choose one. We're going to speak to the coordinators who put out all the cases and stuff, and then just say, can we have this one or that one, because I think it will be better to know what we're doing for the day rather than, oh, I think we have a day off or something, and then get called in last minute or something. So I managed to book the gym today for 6 p.m. So after rounds today, I'm hopefully going to go to the gym. I'm really worried about next week when I'm on call, because the person that was on call today, so did the whole shift yesterday, the same as me. We started at 8, had our case, did our rounds at 4 p.m, finished at 5, and then he got called in at 11 p.m. last night and finished at 3 a.m. this morning. And you'd think we'd get the next day off. No, we're just allowed to come in after midday the next day. So he still has to come in today, even though he finished at 3 a.m. He's just coming in Let me just check the message. I think he said, yeah, he got in, so he messaged us at 3 a.m. saying got called in at 11 and only just left now. He's gonna sleep and then come in at lunchtime. I'm not looking forward to that. I just like to know for certain what I'm doing. So I would never willingly choose to be on call. That's why when I look for a job, I'm not doing any job that requires out of hours or being on call. Unless it's like super good money, but I don't think it's worth it. Like, if I know I don't like something, why would I apply for it? Anyways, it's 7:45. My friend's probably gonna message me soon, so I'm gonna finish this, pack my bag quick, do a little something to my bed over there. And oh my gosh, yeah, my friend just messaged me. She's finding it hard to get up and get ready. Yeah, so I'll see you later. So it's 10 to 11 and I'm back at home because I was given a horse case. Well, they want everyone to do a horse case in these 2 weeks. So some people had already done theirs yesterday and the day before. So I'm doing one today and it's at 1 o'clock. Well, they said between 12:30 and 1. There's a case that started at 10, so a horse case that started at 10, so whenever that one finishes, then this one will start. And so my case is called a rig. I didn't even know this term before, but it's a rig, which means that it has a retained testicle, and yeah, they just need to remove it. So the actual procedure is only about 20 minutes, like really short, but the recovery could take long. So even though the procedure is super short, the whole thing could take a long time. I don't know how long, but yeah. So, and apparently it's super cold and there's no chairs in this one. When we're doing the small animals, we have like a nice little seat and everything, but with this one we're going to be monitoring the horse, and yeah, it's going to be freezing. So I'm hoping to take my jumper, and I hope that I can wear it. They provide us with scrubs that we need to change into once we get there, so I'm hoping that I can do that. But yeah, I know nothing about horses, so I'm just doing some prep for it. Just looking at the pre-medications that can be used, the induction agent, and the parameters that we have to look at while the horse is under induction. So basically we're just looking to see that they aren't coming out of anesthesia. So far I've found that indicators of a light depth of anesthesia is increased respiratory rate, fast palpebral reflex. So that's when if you touch around the eye, there's a reflex that you do this. Well, in animals it's like they do that. So if you're doing that and it's doing that really fast, then that shows that they're coming out of the anesthesia. And you can do it, and if they do it slowly, then they're still deep in. And then there's nystagmus, which is their eyes will be moving like this. If they're swallowing, if there's increased muscle tone, so you could check that, like checking their neck, and if there's any spontaneous movement. So during the whole procedure, like we're going to be checking for that, and we have to do that every 5 minutes as well. So yeah, yep, that's basically what I'm doing. But I've done all that now because I went in obviously at 8 o'clock and it's 11 now. So actually on Friday we have this thing called Lucky Dip, which is, I'm not really sure what it is at the moment, but it looks like it's a quiz, and they have like 12 cases, and maybe they're gonna pick one and then we have to talk about it. I don't know. But in the group chat, the vet has said that we can start working on that for Friday. So I don't know if we're meant to prepare them before and then talk about it, or so yeah, she was like, the times that you don't have a case to work on, you can do that. So I guess I should do that because it's Wednesday now and I have not looked at it. And if there's 12 cases, it's going to be quite hard to fit all of that, to do all of that by Friday. Oh my gosh, I've just clicked on it and there's actually 23. Okay, so it's 9 o'clock and I'm finally showered and getting something to eat now. Today has been the longest day ever. Yeah, that's all I can say. So tired. I missed rounds, which was a bonus, I suppose, because I had to stay with this horse. Because I could see in the chat while I was in the surgery, I just looked at my phone quickly and I could see them talking about rounds, saying they had no idea about any of the questions that were being asked, and someone was put on the spot and they were like, go on, like they were encouraging the person that was on the spot. So I was like, oh my gosh, sound like a bad. And then my friend told me that we're having the same lady again tomorrow, and this time we're discussing the liver and kidney issues. So I guess anesthesia in patients that have kidney and liver problems. I'm not ready for that. It's just so annoying. Like yesterday's rounds, I think I said this before, but yesterday's rounds were so much better because she didn't pick people, you weren't on the spot, so I found it so much easier, and I actually spoke out of my own free will, and that's better for me because in the rounds that this lady does, I'm not absorbing any information. I'm like scrambling trying to think of what I'm going to say when it's my turn. So it's just really annoying because I'm literally not learning anything that way. But we'll see how it goes. Let me eat. Anyways, I'm gonna finish my dinner. Might look at some liver and kidney stuff, and then I'm going to get into bed with some tea and maybe watch a couple of YouTube videos before going to sleep. But I don't have that much time because I kind of want to be sleeping by 10:30 and it's already 9 o'clock, so yeah. Oh, I do not like this rotation. Not gonna lie. Like, I don't hate it. You know what, I think I've just had a bad day because yesterday and the day before were fine. Yeah, today's just been a bad day. Let me not say that I don't like the rotation. I don't like the anxiety of the rounds. I didn't like staying super late today. But other than that, it hasn't been the worst. Okay, let me leave it at that. Should feel better tomorrow. But yeah, that's going to be me signing out for today, and I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning. My hair looks a bit weird. It's because I had some gel build up. I get that sometimes with my Eco Styler gel, and I had to basically wash just this little part of my hair because I didn't want to wash all of it because I don't have my blow dryer and I wouldn't be able to blow my hair out again. So yeah, I just did this little patch where the gel buildup was. Yep. But yeah, there's so many messages on the group chat right now about all the cases. It's kind of hard to organize with 12 people. But basically I chose a case for 12 o'clock, so it's currently 8 and I'm still at home. So that's good for me. And I need to see what time the person that I'm doing this case with starts, because they don't want us to message them until their shift starts, because yeah, you don't want to be talking to a student when you haven't even got to work yet. So her shift starts at 10. So I think I'll message her at about 11. Yeah, I'll message her at 11, say, hi, I'm the student on your case today. Can we discuss the case? So I need to just look at the history quickly, write it down, see what I would do. It's kind of cool actually. Not that they listen to us anyway, because they have already decided what they're gonna do, but it's still cool. I'm glad to have this morning, and I'm gonna try not worry about the rounds tonight. Whatever happens, happens, I guess. Yeah, so let me get a move on. So we just finished the Lucky Dip. It was great. I really love this vet that was doing it today. I wish she did all our rounds. But yeah, that was good. So it's 10 o'clock now, and there were only 2 cases today so far, and people have already taken them. So I'm about to go round to my friend's house. Well, she lives on campus as well. So I'm just going to go to her, and then we are going to speak about a possible holiday that we might go on after rotations finish, because so we finish rotations on the 10th of April, which is 2 days after my birthday, And then there's a period of 3 weeks where we have 1 day of OSCEs which we need to pass in order to graduate, but just depending on when the OSCEs is within those 3 weeks. So I'm hoping that both of ours will be earlier so then we can leave earlier, but if not, I think the period ends on the 25th of April. So between the 25th of April and June, we're meant to be revising because we have nothing else to do except for revising for finals. And I would much rather be revising in the nice sun than here. So I asked her if she wanted to go somewhere. So we're going to discuss that, and we're going to pray that no more cases come today so that we don't have to rush into the hospital. So we're going to be clothed in our work clothes. I'm going to take my scrub top and head over there, take my lunch over there as well so I can eat lunch there, and then just hope we have feedback today as well. So I assume they're going to message us. It's in-person feedback, so luckily it only takes like 5 minutes to walk to the hospital, so if anything we could just pretend that we were in the toilet. Not that they expect us to be on campus, but in the hospital, not that they expect us to be in the hospital, but I think there are loads of people that don't live on campus in our group that are in the tea room in the hospital, so in comparison it could look bad that we're not there, but 5 minutes walk, we can get there. So, oh, I'm so happy that it is Friday. But yeah, that's gonna be me today. So it's probably gonna be hopefully a chill day, unless there's like a mad case. But even if there is a case that comes up, there's still 10 of us without a case. So I'm pretty sure if a case comes up, everyone's gonna be quiet. But who knows? So see ya.